Good morning. I'm here this morning to speak on behalf of the Kids Church team. And so we have a great Kids Church team. There are a lot of volunteers, and we're very blessed. And I love working with them. It's a part of a team where we get to care for each other and connect with each other and care for our kids. But it's really not about us or about the program that we have. What we want is for all of these kids to praise God. We want their hearts to be fully given to Him, and we want them just to grow in their gifts and abilities and become strong believers. And so coming in fall, we are reprogramming our whole Kids Church program. Right now, there's sometimes up to 50 kids on a Sunday morning. There can be over 20 kids in a class with one teacher, and there's a big age spread in the class from 6 years old to 12 years old. And we're just growing out of our space. So come fall, we're reprogramming, and what that will look like is we're going to be meeting upstairs in the corral room, which is the upstairs curling venue. We are going to meet up there with ages 4 to 12 years old. And we're going to meet as a large group all together, and there will be large group sessions where there will be dramas, object lessons, people who are passionate and excited to worship with the kids and just tell them a story in an exciting way. We'll meet as a large group, and then we're going to break off into very small groups. We're going to break off, so instead of the 3 classes we have from 3 to 12 right now, we'll have 8 classes. We're going to be meeting in much smaller sized groups. And the teachers for those groups, they just need to have a heart to care about the kids, to check in on them, see how their week is, to pray with them, to love these kids. Some of them come from broken homes or have never heard the gospel, and we just want to show them the love of Jesus and be able to do that in a small group where they feel that care and really, really are cared for. And we're going to need a lot more teachers to be able to do this. So this morning, I just want to show you our vision because the kids are such an important part of our church family. And we love having them in the service because they're a part of our body. It feels like we're missing a part if they're not here. It feels so empty and quiet and calm, and we love them so much. So we need the rest of the body to come together to make this programming possible. If that means large group leading, if you have a passion for that, if that means once a month in the small group class caring for the kids, we do need a lot more volunteers. But the other thing that we're going to be needing is to make this possible, we're going to divide. Right now it's a large open room. So there are dividers. I've done a bunch of research. We've looked at, as a leadership team, different options for this. And we feel that these dividers are the best option. We've talked to other churches who have used these for years. Right now in our church here, we have the black curtains, which are wonderful, but they take a lot of work to set up. The setup team is here at 7 o'clock in the morning to set up, and we don't want to ask more of our setup crew because they're already doing a great job. These dividers here, they need one person to set them up. They roll down into a 2 by 3 foot for storage. They accordion down into a small size. One person can roll them into place. The teacher can roll them into place, lock them, unfold them. They have some soundproofing. We can set up like pinning memory verses, pictures, Bible lessons. We can pin them onto these dividers. There's options for whiteboard teachers, and they're just, or whiteboard, whatever you call them, on these. There's lots of options, and they're just a great option. We feel this is the best way to set up and divide that room into the small groups to set up for a Kids Church program. The only drawback is we need to raise at least $20,000 to get the 8 classrooms that we need for this programming. And so if your heart is not hands-on with the kids, but you still care about these kids, the future of our church, our leaders, and all of the giftings and what we want to grow, this is a great way to partner with us, is we need to raise $20,000. It takes some time to order these in. So if we want to get this set up by fall, we're needing to put this order in shortly, which means raising $20,000 for that. And so I just wanted to share that with you this morning, and just give you a bit of a glimpse as to what we're working towards. If you have questions and want to talk to me, or if you want to get involved, please come and talk to me. And that's all I have to say this morning.
Good morning, everybody. And I just want to follow up on what Des was saying a little bit. I know $20,000 seems like a lot of money. Actually, just judging by the number of people we actually have going to the church, it's not that much per person, and the value and the impact I feel this could have on our whole church body is absolutely massive. I mean, we've been talking about this for a while, as both a leadership team and as a kids' church team, and just be able to pour in, not just doing crowd control with a large group of kids, but to be able to actually invest in our children, in the next generation of leaders, of spiritual leaders, of the up-and-coming believers who have a heart for God is just absolutely huge. And so one of the things we've been thinking about or whatever is I'm really thankful for this venue we're in. We pay so little a year for this venue as far as we just get to rent it for a Sunday morning, as opposed to upkeep and maintaining a building of this size like most churches have to. I know a bunch of the churches in the Lifelinks network that we meet in this area have been doing some building projects. And I know there's one of the churches in Winkler built a venue not much bigger than the venue we're in right now. And by the time the land and the park and everything was done, they put in over $10 million. There's a church in Arborg, smaller than our church. They just started a $2.2 million building project. They started it last week, Wednesday. And we get to rent this place for just an absolute fraction of that. That's not counting the heating and the upkeep and the land taxes that these people are paying. So it's absolutely great. But the downfall of this venue is it's basically one giant big rectangle, which is great for us meeting here as adults. But for the kids, we've been kind of shoving them in closets, meeting in the entrance, which in winter we have a bunch of space heaters set up in there because it was like 10 degrees in there. And we want to be able to do this nice, do this well, have proper divisions. And so I know some of you guys volunteering in kids' church is the last thing you want to do. There's still ways to partner. We need money to be able to do this, to be able to divide up these rooms and be able to care for these kids. So I just really hope you guys partner with us so that we can all do this together and care for our next generation.